This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9, and welcome in to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Happy to have you along as the Alamogordo Tigers get ready to face off against the Hobbs Eagles here in about 30 minutes at Watson Stadium. Tigers come in at 4-1. The Hobbs Eagles head into tonight's matchup at 3-2. Tigers are 1-0 in district. The Eagles are 0-1. And expect an interesting matchup tonight. I'm Charles Winnicky, by the way. Thanks for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. It's a reminder you can listen to us in many different ways, whether it's on the Alamo Sports YouTube channel. You can also find us on the Alamo Sports and Talk website, alamosportsandtalk.com. We're on your Exciter Media app. You can find us on your Alexa device, enable Alamo Sports and Talk. Oh, and if you want to just go the old school route and go radio, 1230 AM, 101.9 FM. Tigers coming off a really nice win at home against Oregon Mountain. Pretty comfortable win. They were, two scores for the majority of the game, I think would be a fair way to say that. And the second half felt like it could be a little tense, but the Tigers jumped ahead by 3 scores, 1 point, and kept it within 2-3 scores pretty much the entire time. So worked out well for them. Hobbs, tough matchup for them. Last week at Las Cruces, 52-13 ended up being the final. I'm not sure how many teams are going to beat Las Cruces down the stretch here. They got Oregon Mountain tonight. You think probably Centennial is the only team that's maybe going to give them a tough time at the end of the year. We're gonna say Alamogordo is going to give them a tough time. That's going to be is that senior night for Alamogordo? I think against Cruces, I believe. I think that's the last home game of the season. Yeah, because they've got Carlsbad the week before. So we're going to go ahead and say that it's going to happen with Alamogordo as well. Got to give respect to Cruces and how well they've played. So wouldn't read a whole lot into that for Hobbs. They're one of the top 10 teams in the state. They're ranked number 6 right now in Class 6A. Alamo comes in ranked at number 10. This would be a huge win for the Tigers. As we've been talking about plenty on other broadcasts, on the Roundup, for Alamogordo, this isn't necessarily a must-win game in terms of their playoff hopes, but, in terms of trying to climb the ladder a little bit and, get into better contention, maybe getting a home playoff game, this would be a massive victory for the Tigers if they were able to go on the road and grab a victory against Hobbs tonight. So we'll see what happens over the next few hours. It's been a tough go of it for the Tigers against the Hobbs Eagles over the last few runs, with Hobbs scoring just about 50 points every time they've played them. I think it's been 49, 49, 47 in the last 3 matchups. So it's been tough for the Tigers to slow down what Hobbs is doing offensively. And maybe it's the Tigers' offense that'll be able to slow down the Hobbs offense, keep them off the field as much, and try to kill some clock as the game progresses. So we'll see what happens. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we will return as the Alamogordo Tigers and the Hobbs Eagles get ready to kick off here in a bit. We're going to play our entire interview with Coach A.J. Sisko. We had to reschedule this week, and we had other broadcast things that we had there, D-backs. So we did play it this afternoon, but just in case you didn't hear the whole interview, we're going to play it here during pregame for you guys, okay? So this is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, and we will return right after this.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019, and the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Let's hear from Alamogordo Tigers and football coach A.J. Cisco.
All right, joining us now is Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me in. 1-0 in district.
Yeah, fantastic start to the year. I will say the way the game started, you probably were having nightmares of last year's game.
The first snap was not good.
Yeah, but team settled down, took control of the game, and I thought for the most part, you had control of the game. I was on the radio in the second half going, this lead doesn't feel particularly safe, and we kind of saw how quickly they moved the ball down and scored to make it 2 scores. Made you feel like, yeah, one more score will probably end this thing.
Yeah, once we kind of settled in after that first drive offensively, I thought we really controlled the game up front physically, and I don't think we were ever in doubt of not being able to run the ball and have success and sustain drives and put points on the board. When they scored at the end, a lot of that was because we felt so dominant. We wanted to sit back coverage-wise, make sure everything stayed in front. We didn't want to give up a home run play and let them score quickly. So we were okay with them throwing 10, 15-yard out routes, tackle them, let the clock keep running. Not okay with getting up the onside kick. But I thought Coach Haney and did a great job with that defense, getting them ready to go. I thought they played really well. And at the end of the game, when we said, hey, you can have this, they took advantage. They had to throw it and complete it. But that's what we want them to do, stay in front of us and make sure we didn't give up a home run play real fast.
And I think the secondary had a really good game. I just felt like, especially when it was man-to-man situations, your guys' defensive backs really stuck with the receivers well as the game went on. I don't know if that's the same thing you saw on the
It
tape.
is, and that was the challenge, is when we got into our deep thirds or we were playing, they got mabled up and playing man on the backside of a certain formation. The challenge was, can we match those 2 receivers who are really good? And you go to Damian Moreno with 2 great big picks for us. Aiden Rowe had a big game. Drake Derezzo went in there and made plays and ran them out of bounds. So I thought those guys did a great job of keeping everything really tough to complete those fade patterns they wanted to throw, funneling everything to the sideline, and you saw them catching passes that were out of bounds. And our guys are doing a great job of doing what they're taught from Coach Haney and Coach Singleton.
And certainly a lot of credit has to go to the quarterback, because Nate had just an incredible game, one of those where, you know, we know what a special kind of athlete he is and his capability of taking over a game, and he certainly took over that game.
He did,
Friday.
and when he goes out there and rushes for 346 and sets a school record from C.J. Oakley in 2006, so 19 years old, it was a special night for him. And as soon as we were done, he understood that that doesn't happen without what we do up front and being physical and controlling the line of scrimmage. So a huge credit goes to Diego Ortega, Jace Monroy, Jackson Wolf, Jameis Alexander, Dominic Padilla, Carter Galbraith, Kamari Patterson, Ethan Futavong. Those guys did a great job. Now, because Best was going and hitting 15 yards. Now, what he did after the 15 yards is him being an athlete and making people miss. But he's got to run pretty much free for about 10 or 15 before he had to start doing something. And that's credit to those guys up front. Then it's credit to Nate just being an athlete and kind of being different.
Are you giving him a hard time like you gave Bryson a hard time?
Absolutely, for getting hogged down. And then they explained to us that kid that ran him down, that kid ran a long ways.
Yeah.
A long ways. Because he was lined up as almost a defensive end on the backside of the formation on the snap and went forward on the snap and then had to run him down across the field. But I guess that kid runs a 48-400 for Oregon Mountain, and he's pretty good. And we showed our kids that effort. Like, this is effort. This kid, you watch these other kids have stopped. That kid is humping it to go catch him, which was a big play for him. I mean, if I was Oregon Mountain, I'd be praising that kid for that effort. It was impressive, and he's a strider.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that you can build on, obviously, from their standpoint. But obviously, overall, the aspect of getting the win and getting ahead of Oregon Mountain and for your playoff hopes, I don't want to say it's necessarily a sigh of relief, but the next 4 games you guys can kind of settle in and see if maybe you can pull off some surprises against the Hobbs or Centennial.
And we talked about that. We had that game with Oregon Mountain circled for multiple reasons. It's the first district game, and I think you should always have a big focus on winning the first district game, being 1-0, especially in this tough district where every week's a grind. And then to kind of rebound from how we played last year against them, when we thought we kind of controlled it and they just had turnovers. And then our kids had a really good week of focus after the week before against PV and how lethargic we were and just the kind of going through the motions aspect. And then you go to that game on Friday and you watch the energy and us flying around. We were highlighting clips of Oregon Mountain getting 10, 12 yards, but you see 7 dudes running in gold jerseys to the ball, which was awesome. And I said that's the things that we were missing against PV. So we got to carry that into next week. But it is good to be 1-0. Played really well offensively, played really well defensively. Kind of look like who we are. We're going to sit there, control the clock, run the ball, try not to turn it over, and play really good defense and run to the football. So credit to our coaches for doing that. Credit to the kids for executing the game plan at a high level. And because Oregon Mountain's not a bad football team. They got good-looking athletes. They do things well. And I was just pleased with how we handled that situation. And going into district the rest of the time, it's not necessarily we can relax. It's, hey, now our focus on we got to take on Hobbs. Like it's focus on Hobbs and let's knock off Hobbs. Be 1-0 this week and then worry about everything else going forward.
Yeah, and relax is probably the wrong term to use there. But you go into a tough road game, and unfortunately, Hobbs has been a very tough game for you guys over the last few years. You guys have probably played Centennial and Cruces better than you've played Hobbs. So it's a long road trip, and I would feel like the confidence that you guys have a chance to go out there and get a win is as high as it's probably ever been against Hobbs in the last few years.
Probably. I mean, you go back to probably the 22 team, I thought, but that might have been one of Hobbs' best teams they've had in a long time in that 22 year. I think that our confidence is going to help us, but I think physically we match up better with them than we have in the past. They're still big. They're absolutely huge. But they're not as big as they have been. And then they've got great skill kids just like normal. But I think physically we can match up with them. And then I think our style of football to help kind of slow the game down. And that was one of the things that we ran into the last few years is when we go tempo and had success offensively, we just gave teams too many possessions and that we never we give Hobbs 9 possessions a game, they're going to score a bunch of touchdowns. And so our philosophy this year about changing and trying to slow the game down and really focusing on maximizing our possessions and scoring and eliminating their possessions, I think that's kind of helped us and will help us this week, even if we are physically mismatched in some certain spots.
So for them offensively, more similar to Oregon Mountain in that they'll spread it out and do 4 wide receivers. And
they are Hobbs from Hobbs.
Yeah.
They're what you've seen from Hobbs. The big difference for them is they got a quarterback that can go. And his name's Junior. And in the past, they've had a quarterback that can kind of throw it, and you never really worried about him in the run game. This kid's special. He's one of the better ones we played all year. He can throw it on the run. He can get out of the pocket. They designed run schemes for him. That makes him extremely difficult to stop for us defensively just because of how talented he is. And then you go and add all the playmakers they got with the 6'3" Justice French receiver who's a special athlete and going to play on Saturdays. You go to the Beatty kid, that's a slot receiver. I think he's a 3-year starter now for him in the slot. I mean, he'll play on Saturdays. And then up front, they've got great big kids, and they're well coached, and they're really good at what they do and how they teach their fundamentals and schemes. So we've got our hands full defensively. We're trying to keep everything in front of us and not give up the big plays, and then rally to the football and try to create some turnovers.
And not to disrespect any of the quarterbacks you faced so far this season, is this probably the most talented one you faced up to this point?
This one will be the best one we've seen so far. And just because, and not necessarily as a thrower, but doing everything, he's pretty good. You can compare him. And just his physical nature, size-wise, he's bigger than the Deming kid, who I thought was pretty good. He's bigger than the Oregon Mountain kid. And he gets downhill. He runs a lot, and they do a lot of great schemes with him, and they're very creative in making sure they get their playmakers the ball in space.
And I would imagine, you guys have to have such confidence in what you're doing offensively at this point with the rushing yards that you're putting up, and that you can go to the passing game that you want, that you feel like, almost against anybody, you guys have an opportunity to do what you do well.
We can, and that's something that we've got to get better at throwing the football still and taking our shots. We took a couple shots last week that we never got up in the air, and you see Nate just take off running, and you're going, well, okay, that's probably going to turn out as an okay thing for us. But we got to continue that. I gave him a hard time this week because when we get into a certain formation, he was more likely to throw our pre-snap RPO screens. And I said, when we get in these other formations, there's still two receivers over there. You still throw that screen, buddy. But I think offensively we are who we are. We're going to try to line up and physically pound on people and have some success and run our option schemes and let our kids and athletes and Bryce and Sarah and Bess get loose and in the run game see what happens. I think we match up well with them up front. They've got two defensive tackles that are absolute studs, and they'll be the best two we played all year, in Meredith and Mackey. And they're really fit. They're huge, and they're really great with their hands. Really good about getting off blocks. And then they got a bunch of athletes in the secondary. So we've got to handle those two up front. I think we can have some success running the football.
All right. Well, obviously, you guys are looking for a better energy. I know the road trip's not as long as the one that you had to take up to Farmington, but I'm sure that's going to be a little bit of a focus going into this, is handling the road trip a little bit better.
It is, and our kids, we've talked about it, they know the expectation, and they know. And it's not that we don't travel well; it's just how we come out and play after a long road trip. So. This is about a 4-hour trip for us, 3.5, depending on how well the bus handles the mountains. But our kids understand the task at hand, and we understand that we're trying to not just get in the playoffs, like we're trying to have a shot at winning the district championship, and it starts with beating Hobbs at Hobbs on Friday for us to have that opportunity.
How excited were the boys to get out of the black jerseys and go into the gold jerseys and kind of surprise everybody with the gold jerseys when they came out of homecoming?
They loved it, and that was something every year with the group. We have a big fundraiser, and we raise enough money. I tell them I'm going to buy them something that's unique for that group. Last year was the inflatable. The year before was the white helmets. And so this year we came up with the idea that we're going to do a gold jersey, and we want to do gold pants too, but those things just don't look right. It's way too much gold.
Yeah.
So we told them, hey, we're going to wear black for pregame, and then when we come in after pregame, we're going to take them off, and nobody will ever know. Nobody's been able to see it. They haven't been able to talk about it. So that was the first chance that anybody's got to see those gold jerseys. When we came out right before the game, we got to run through the tunnel. And it was pretty unique when we were walking down that A-alley walk. You can just hear people start chattering about the gold jerseys because they're like, wait, weren't they just in black? And so our kids loved it, thought it looked really clean on the field. It was a good look for us. And so they've got 3 tops to choose from now. So I don't know what they're going to do for the next 2 home games, but I'm sure the golds will come back out at some point.
Yeah, I would imagine so. All right, well, we wish you all a safe trip, and best of luck against Hobbs.
Appreciate it, man. Go Tigers. All right.
You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll return with kickoff coming up here in about 10 minutes. Stay with us.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger. See you at the game.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. You're listening to Tiger Football. And you're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Let's take a look at Hobbs. Coach talked a little bit about Junior Medrano, their quarterback, throwing 64 of 115, 842 yards this year, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He might be a little more dangerous on the ground. I think it's kind of a mix, but he can throw the ball well. He can pass the ball well. Almost 1,500 yards total between the two. He's got 684 yards rushing. He leads the team in rushing by a pretty good margin. He's averaging 9.5 yards a carry. He's got a 76-yard run this year. He's over 100 yards. Kind of sounds like the Alamogordo quarterback a little bit in Nate Best. So, not terribly surprising there. 7 touchdowns rushing for him. And they do have some other threats in the backfield. Number 23, DeMarcus Hill, has rushed for 390 yards and 2 touchdowns. Number 21 is Seamus Wright, and he's rushed for 3 touchdowns, 242 yards. And at number 26, Jesse Nelson has got 22 carries for 137 yards and a score this year. And they've also used Braddock Beatty a little bit as a wide receiver, or I should say wide receiver, as a running back. He's normally a wide receiver. He leads the team in receiving yards this year. He's got 4 touchdowns as well. Number 3, Justice French, another senior receiver for them, a couple of touchdowns, 266 yards receiving, 222 yards receiving for number 7, Joshua Ortiz. So they spread the ball out pretty evenly in the passing game. It's the 3 different guys that are all about on the same receptions, all about on the same touchdown numbers this year. That's tough. You can feel like you can kind of focus on one guy when they line up at 4 wide receivers and 3 of them are reliable guys that can make plays for them. That's going to be a real challenge for the Alamogordo defense tonight. Defensively, they've put up some big tackle numbers. It just feels like 70 tackles through 5 games. Seems like a lot of tackles. But number 44, Gavin McPherson, Jr., has got 70 tackles this season. Number 48, Aiden Glum, a senior, has 68 tackles. And then it drops off a little bit after that. But somebody to watch out for is number 60, Jeremiah Mackey, the defensive lineman. He's got 48 tackles. He's got 10 tackles for loss this year. He has 5 sacks this season. He's going to be a tough guy to deal with tonight for the Tigers on the offensive line side of things. And then you also have another big guy up front in Mike Meredith, number 90. He's got 41 tackles tonight. He's also a senior. I seem to remember him last year being a tough guy. What did they have him listed as? 6'2", 330. And Mackey is listed at 5'11", 255. So, yeah, they've got some size certainly up front on the defensive and on the offensive side, do the Hobbs Eagles. Haven't forced a ton of turnovers this year. A couple of picks, a couple of fumbles. But they've definitely gotten on the quarterback. They've racked up 9 sacks as a team this year. And then you look at the tackles for loss, and they've put up 29 this season. So, I will say I think Alamogordo's offense will certainly have their opportunities tonight. And Alamo's been a tough team to stop all season long. Nate Best is now up to 725 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.8 yards per carry, 145 yards a game. He's having a spectacular year, 228 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. So, 12 total touchdowns for him. And you got to think for the Hobbs defense, that's going to be a big key, is not letting Nate do some of the things he did last week. And then, of course, Bryson Bloom's been a solid runner all year long, 411 yards, 3 touchdowns. I thought Nathaniel Sarasaris maybe had his best rushing game of the year last week. He created some problems for Oregon Mountain, and he's up to 150 yards rushing on the season. The receivers haven't been, quite as active. Tigers just haven't really needed to throw the football a whole lot. And, let's be honest, that's been the biggest thing is Alamo hasn't had to, and I think they've been trying to. Coach talked about it a little bit in the interview that, they have been efforting throwing the football, but play breaks down, quarterback makes a play. They're perfectly all right with that. So Tristan Bowman and Ethan Futafong also each with 2 touchdowns this year. The only thing Ethan does is catch touchdowns. He's got 2 catches for 30 yards and 2 scores. That works out okay. Tigers don't leak that tight end out a lot, but when they do, they're pretty successful with it. Keaton Arona's got 7 catches this year. Drake Drezzo's got a couple of catches as well. And then on the defensive side for the Tigers, Nathaniel Sarasaris, 37 tackles, leads the team. Bryson Bloom just behind him at 36. Damian Moreno has been such a huge player for the Tigers this season. Not just what he does in defense, which last week he had 2 picks, but also the kicking game. He has been such a key cog to what Alamogordo does. Jesse Giaz has continued to make big plays for Alamogordo. We've talked about Tanner Novacek and Jaden Valdez. Didn't have Sam Strong last week. Not sure what the status is this week, so we'll see if we see number 4 out there on the field. And Tigers are just a couple of sacks this year. They haven't been able to get a ton of pressure on the quarterback. I know they'd like to improve that, but the turnover numbers have certainly clicked up a little bit with now 5 interceptions on the season. They've recovered a fumble as well, so that would be a big part of tonight's game for sure, and any game. That's an obvious one, is if you can force some turnovers, that can make a big, big difference. So, all right, we're getting a little bit closer to kickoff. We're going to go ahead and take a break and come back. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger. See you at the game.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Tigers just taking the field. They're in their all-white tonight, white pants, white tops, black numerals, of course, black helmets. Hobbs is going to be in all black tonight, so black pants, black tops, yellow or gold numerals, and black helmets for the Eagles tonight as they get ready to come onto the field here in just a little bit. So the Tigers hoping to keep the momentum going. They've won 4 of their first 5. We're at the halfway point in the season. Guarantee you Tigers would have been pretty excited about being 4-1 at this point in the year, but I think now you certainly look at it as there's an opportunity, obviously, to get more and compete for a district championship, and that's going to be a tough task. There's no doubt about that, but the eyes are towards those kind of those big things as they should be as we get to this point in the year. So we'll be just about ready for kickoff. Tigers, I don't know if they won the kick, but they are receiving to begin the game. So couldn't quite tell who won, but when I saw they flipped around, got to see that part. Beautiful night in Hobbs. Temperatures right now in the low 80s. They'll be down in the 70s, maybe the 60s by the time we get done with this evening. Just a little bit of a breeze. Great night for football. We're thankfully not in a super hot time of the year. The sun's down. All those things very much a positive as we get ready to get this one underway. Both teams are to their sidelines now, and we should be getting this one started here in just a little while. As the Alamogordo Tigers and the Hobbs Eagles district matchup, District 3 6A. Tigers have lost 6 straight to Hobbs. Last win coming back in 2012, I believe. And so would love to grab a victory here on the road. Tigers have had success here. I know I've called at least 1 or 2 games that Alamo's come to Hobbs and gotten wins in my time. And mind you, I've been doing this for quite a long time now. I have to remind myself of that far more than I should have. You've been doing this a while, so some of these kids, maybe not. Well, they were born the last time that Tigers won this game, but they weren't very old when it happened. Let's put it that way. So it'll be Hobbs to kick off from their own 40, left to right. That is kicking towards the north end zone. And the ball is going to be kicked off kind of short and grabbed at the 20-yard line to the 25 and then knocked out of bounds at the 30. One of the Tigers' up men, looked like that was Joseph Reza, number 13, I believe, who got to that one. And so the Tigers will get out on offense to start tonight's game, going right to left, and at the 31-yard line, they'll begin tonight's first drive of the matchup. And you can just see on that defensive line, some the big fellas up front. Certainly Meredith stands out, number 90. And the Tigers will line up with a running back to the top side, one to the near side, and Best with the running back to his left. Now he'll put him out into motion. Bloom comes out to the slot wide receiver. Now he'll come back in, and he'll hand it off to Bloom, who tried to turn the corner but ends up going to about the cuts upfield and goes to about the 35-yard line. Looks like he'll get the 34 on the first carry of the night. Technically, that might be a pass because it was forward, but I'm going to just go ahead and go with a carry. I figure that's probably the smart way to go about it. No scores. We're just underway here on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. One receiver to the bottom and one to the top. And the snap. And Best will run straight ahead with it. And he is latched onto by a couple of Hobbs defenders as he crossed the 35 and then sort of pulled backwards. He does get to the 36. So he'll pick up a gain of 2. And it'll be 3rd down, and it looks like 5 for the Tigers. They need to get to the 41-yard line for a first down. Ball is between the hashes. And they'll send one wide receiver out to the top, one to the bottom. Tigers going to the I formation here on 3rd and 5. And under center, quick throw on the slant, and it's going to get complete out to the top side, and the Tigers will grab the first down. Looks like Keaton Arona makes the reception. Sorry, I said Joseph Reza. That was Arona that had that. I was looking at the wrong roster. As soon as I had 13, I was like, what? That's not the right name. Anyway, first down for the Tigers. That's the important thing here is they get it out to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9. And 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. Ball on the far hash. Out of the eye, handoff Bloom to the right side. He crosses the 45-yard line. And it'll be brought down shy of midfield. They'll mark him at the 47. It's a gain of 3 on Bloom's second carry of the night. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Alamogordo. Just underway in this one, first quarter, with the Tigers' first drive of the game. As Alamo sends one receiver to the bottom, one to the top. And the up back to the left. Out of the shotgun, Best will hand it off, and running back is met in the backfield and brought down immediately. That is Bloom. So Bloom dropped for a loss, 2-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 45-yard line on the Alamogordo side of the field. They need the Hobbs 46 for a first down. Tigers got it through the air on a 3rd and 5. And now here on a 3rd and 9. Two receivers to the top. And awaiting the snap. Rolling to his right. Looking downfield. Best will throw. And tries to find a man on the barrier in the far sideline, but it is going to fall incomplete. Now Alamogordo is going to be forced to punt. Looked like he was looking for Arona again. So a first down for the Tigers. Well, they misspotted the ball. They put the Tigers a yard back from where they should be. And, of course, nobody's going to step in and fix that for some reason. Okay, now the line judges are coming up and saying the ball is in the wrong spot. It's kind of interesting. I don't think I've seen this in high school football where they've got 2 umpires in the backfield. I thought, yeah, the umpire is in the middle of the field in high school. I don't think I've seen that before. Here's the punt from Saras as it'll go on the ground at the 20, drop down to the 15, down to about the 10, and that'll roll out of bounds. Really nice punt as it'll go out of bounds at the 9-yard line, and that is where Hobbs will begin their first offensive drive of the night. Tigers defense comes out, and as I said, this will be maybe the big key of the game this evening is Alamogordo's ability to slow down what Hobbs is doing offensively. Hoping to do it with some ball control. They don't get it on the first drive, but let's see what they do defensively. 4 wide receivers. Here's the snap, a pump fake, and then a throw to the near sideline. French will be the receiver as he catches it at the 10, then moves forward to about the 11-yard line. I'm sorry, the 16-yard line. And so that'll be a gain of about 7. Looks like he'll have 2nd and 3. Quickly to the line here. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Ball's in the near hash. Medrano will grab it, and just a quick curl pattern and a grab on the near sideline. To the 22 this time goes French, and he will have a Hobbs first down. as he gains 6 on his second catch of the night. Now, I know the Tigers' big plan has been, he talked about it last week, was to keep everything in front of him. And that, I'm sure, will be a goal tonight. Here's a handoff and up the middle and getting some good yardage across the 25 and to the 30-yard line as the Hobbs running back. As number 23, DeMarcus Hill, gets the carry. And he takes it to the 30. It's an 8-yard gain on the first rush of the night. Hobbs back to the line again here. And a hard count. Now look over to the sideline. Tigers in their 4-2-5 defense, 5 DBs, 2 linebackers. They shift the defensive line to the right. And here's a run up the middle, a spin move, and got away from the first tackle. Having the first down, again, it is Hill, as he will take it to the 34-yard line. And Hobbs will move the chains again, actually give him the 37. And so that'll be a gain of 7 and a first down. Right back, the line of scrimmage, working fast. Medrano trying to scramble for it now, and he's going to be met on the left side. There is a flag down in the backfield, so we'll see what that is. And maybe a hold, because it looks like the official was having a discussion to the Hobbs sideline. I believe. Yeah, they're walking backwards here, so it is a holding penalty. That's something that could certainly make a difference tonight for Alamogordo if Hobbs gets themselves behind the sticks a bit. That could give the Tiger defense some opportunities to slow down this Hobbs offense, which, with the exception of last week, has put up a lot of points this season. Trips to the top, one to the bottom, running back in the backfield along with Medrano. It'll be a screen to the far side, to the 30, to the 35, and then pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, as the receiver picks up positive yardage and gets the penalty yardage back, plus a little bit more there. Completion went out to Braddock Beatty there. I'm sorry, misspoke. And we're walking backwards here, so are we another penalty here? Yep, another hold. So after what would have been about a 15, 16-yard gain, it's a second straight holding penalty on the Hobbs Eagles. Now, it's not much of a backwards move here, so I think it was on one of the wide receivers on the screen on the outside, it looks like. And so it'll be trips to the bottom, one at the top. Ball is on the, actually it's 4 wide receivers now, so an empty set here from Medrano. They'll roll him out to his right, and he will throw, and he'll complete it to French. French still fighting for yardage, but he will go down at the 31-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9, it looks like, on the completion on his third reception of the night. And it'll be second down and 11 for Hobbs. So as we roll along here in the first quarter, first offensive drive for Hobbs. No score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Here's the handoff and going straight up the middle. And so far the running game has picked up good chunks for Hobbs as they'll take it to the 43-yard line. And that'll be a gain of about 7, so they'll face a third down and let's call it 5. Here's the snap. Medrano fakes a rollout to his left. Now he's going to throw deep down the field, the near sideline. Just overthrows. His receiver was looking for French, who was streaking up the near sideline, and he missed him by about a yard or 2. He had gotten behind the Alamogordo defense. Hobbs not taking the offense off the field here. They're on their own side at the 43 on the near hash. Maybe just going to try to draw the Tigers off sides, but there is a hard count. Look to the sideline. Now Medrano will take a few steps back, and it looks like he'll kick it. And so he will pooch punt it. No return back for the Tigers. And this will bounce inside the 10-yard line and down before the 5-yard line. So they go ahead and let the quarterback take the punts, and the Tiger defense able to hold. They get a help with a couple of penalties there from the Hobbs Eagles, but it will put the Tigers back on the field offensively as we roll along here in the first quarter. No score, both teams with an offensive drive. Both teams with, well, Hobbs had 2 first downs. Alamogordo had 1. And so Alamo start deep in their own territory. So Hobbs does flip the field. Alamo setting up in the I formation, 1 wide receiver to each side. And so Best will go under center. Takes the snap, and he will hand it off and blown up in the backfield as one of the Hobbs defenders got in there and brought down Bloom behind the 5-yard line all the way back to the 4. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards on the rush. And the Tigers will face a 2nd down and 13 or 14 here. They need the 18-yard line. They'll be back at the 4, so we'll call it 2nd and 14 here in the first quarter. Two receivers to the bottom. Tigers in their own end zone here to take this snap. Lead back to the left. And Best will use Bloom as a lead blocker, but not a whole lot there. He'll cross the 5 and then be stopped after about a 3-yard gain. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Tigers. Ball in the near hash at the 7-yard line. Tigers going right to left. They're headed towards the south end zone. Tigers changing out some personnel. Alamo in all white tonight, black helmets. Hobbs in all black tonight with black helmets. Gold numerals for the Eagles, black numerals for the Tigers. And it'll be 2 wide receivers out of the shotgun for the Tigers. Lead back to the right, tied in the formation. Bloom is to the right of Best. Best dropping straight back to pass. Now rolling out of the pocket, still looking to throw. Going to go deep down the middle of the field, and he is going to overthrow everybody and have it intercepted by number 4, Adrian Mora. Mora returning to the 35, and he's going to be brought down to the 30 as that was overthrown and picked off, and Hobbs will have really good field position at the Alamogordo 30-yard line on the INT. First and 10 coming up for Hobbs, and great field position for them. Maybe not a whole lot different than if Alamo had punted it away. So you could sort of look at it that way. Would have been an average punt of about 20 yards, but trips to the bottom and 1 to the top. Tigers with 4 down linemen. Fake the handoff. Medrano will keep it, take it off left side, makes the first man miss, gets across the 35-yard line and takes it to the 25-yard line and gets it to the 24. And that'll be a gain of 6 on the carry for Junior Medrano. Looks like they just gave him the 25, so gain of 5 is what we'll call it. 2nd and 5, here's a snap, and speed option toss to the right to Hill. Hill's got it, and he has got the first down as he gets behind some blockers, gets across the 20, down to the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 7. And Hobbs moves the chains. 1st and 10 for Hobbs as they try to get in here and score. 2 receivers at the top, 2 to the bottom. 1st and 10. Handoff. Hill will take it up the middle. Get to about the 15-yard line. Maybe just shy of it. So it'll be a gain of 2. Second down and about 8. They need the Tigers 8 for a first down. All in the 16. Here's the snap. Medrano looking to throw. Going towards the end zone. Ball is going to be just out of the hands. Tigers had defenders in the area. Again, I believe looking for French on that play. Had him 2-3 yards in the end zone on a post route, and Tiger defense able to make the stop. Trips to the top and 1 to the bottom on a 3rd and 8 now for Hobbs. Taking the snap, Medrano will hand it off. And running to the right side to the 10, fighting for the end zone, and getting in is Hill. Hill will score from 16 yards out, and Hobbs is on the board 6-0 here in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. So the Tigers punt and interception, Eagles with a punt and now a touchdown as they find themselves in front and will attempt the extra point. try to make this one 7-0. Here's the kick. Tigers got back there, but not in time. Extra point is good. And on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Hobbs 7 and Alamogordo nothing. And you're listening to Tiger Football here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Kickoff will go out of bounds, and the Tigers will get good field position to begin their third drive of the game. It's 7-0 Hobbs, 2:43 to go here in quarter number one. DeMarcus Hill, 16-yard touchdown run. And the extra point good. And that has Hobbs in front by a score of 7-0. So the Tiger offense will begin at their own 35 and hoping to answer here. Two receivers at the top and one at the bottom. Lead backs off to the right and awaiting the snap. And here is the handoff. Sarah Saris, the running back this time. And there is not much there as the defensive backfield able to create some penetration and get back in there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the carry. The running game hasn't been able to get going so far tonight for the Tigers. It's been tough sledding amongst those big defensive linemen tonight. As Best will take the snap, and he'll run it off left side and has some room to the 40, to the 45. He gets to the 50-yard line, and that's the first big run of the night for the Tigers as Best will take it to the 49. It's a gain of 16. There is a penalty flag, though. Looked like out front, one of the wide receivers had a pretty good grasp on one of the DBs for Hobbs, so it won't take Alamo all the way back, but it will make it second. It basically will make it 2nd down and 10 again from where the penalty yardage is at, I believe. So as we await the official call, and there it is. And so, yep, back to the 35-yard line we go. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 again for the Tigers. Tigers will go 2 wide receivers out to the top. 7-0 Hobbs as we close in on the end of the first quarter. Best awaiting the snap, takes it, hands it off, run to the left side. And that's a really good run from Sarah Saris. He's met, though, as he was being grabbed onto by a couple of defenders, and then another one came across and laid a pretty good pop on him. He's okay, hops right up, gets to the 43. That's a gain of 8. So the Tigers get a solid gain on 2nd down and make it 3rd and very manageable here, 3rd and 2. Ball's on the near hash. It's at the Alamogordo 43. Alamogordo trailing 7-0 as we hit the latter moments here of this first quarter. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Lead back to the left. Running back is to the left as they put the up back in motion. Here's the handoff. Sarah Saris to the right side. He's got some room. He's got the 1st down across the 50 into Hobbs territory for the first time tonight as they, looks like, get right to the 50-yard line. And it's a gain of 7, and the Tigers move the chains. First and 10 for Alamogordo, right at midfield on the far hash. They go right to left, headed towards the south end zone here at Watson Stadium. Two receivers to the bottom, one to the top. And Alamo trying to, spread out that Hobbs defense maybe a little bit more, give some running room for their backs and their quarterback. And their quarterback goes straight up the middle. Best is across the 40, continues to fight for more yardage as he gets to the 35. Never was brought down, but they'll give him forward progress to the 35. That's a gain of 15. And the Tigers starting to gain some momentum offensively here with a first and 10 now at the Hobbs 35. Team headed towards the sideline, as it looks like that will be the end of quarter number 1. So the Tigers will take a first down and 10 to the second quarter, and we will go ahead and take a commercial break. You're listening to Tiger Football here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Hobbs 7, Alamogordo nothing.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Run off the left side for the Tigers will go for a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Sarah staying in as the running back for Alamogordo. He's got 4 carries for 16 yards. Tigers have picked up a couple of first downs on this drive. It's the start of the second quarter with Hobbs leading 7-0. And Alamogordo with the ball between the hashes at the Hobbs 34. First venture into Hobbs territory tonight with 2 receivers to the top and 1 to the bottom. And Best ready to take the snap out of the shotgun. He takes it, speed option to the left. Best will keep it himself and get contacted, spin forward across the 30-yard line. And it looks like he'll get to the 29 for a gain of 5. And it'll bring third down and about 4 for Alamogordo. Looking for the Hobbs 25 for a first down here. As Best will have the play brought into him from the sideline. So Hobbs mainly with 4 down linemen, or sometimes only 2 or 3, and then they have somebody standing up off the ends. 2 down linemen, 2 men standing up right on the ends of the line. As Best looking to throw, and throw is high, incomplete, trying to go to the 25 on the near side. And it'll be 4th down and 4. As it looked like Durezzo was the intended receiver there. Tigers showing no sign of bringing the offense off of the field here. As we close in on about 10 minutes to go in the first half. In the second quarter, we are. Tigers trailing 7-0. 4th and 3 now. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Here's the snap, and Best just going to run it straight up the middle. He's got the first down. He'll get down to about the 20, still pushing forward, and a good hole created by that Tiger offensive line as Alamogordo will move the chains on a 4th and 3. Get it all the way to the Hobbs 18-yard line there. That's a gain of 10. So the Tigers, with their best drive of the night, trying to tie up this ball game. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Lead back to the right. And the running back to the left of Best. They move the up back from the right to the left side. Fake the handoff. Best keeps it. He'll go off the left side. Take it to about the 15-yard line. That's where he'll be stopped. Gain of 3 on the run. 6 carries, 38 yards for Best through the first quarter or so. As we get to about 9 minutes here in quarter number 2. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Lead back to the right side. This has been the formation the Tigers have had the most success in, is this 3 wide receiver look. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. And take the near side, and not a whole lot there, getting to about the 15-yard line. So some guys fighting for yardage there, but, or just fighting. Not fighting, but still tussling around out there. That was Sarah Saris on the run for Alamogordo. It's going to be no gain. So the Tigers face another 3rd down here. It'll be 3rd down and 7, and it's at the Hobbs 15, so they need to get down to about the 8 for a first down. With the clock continuing to roll here. About 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hobbs scored with about 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Tigers getting up to the line. I think we're going to see a timeout here for the Tigers. Yeah. So we do have a timeout on the field. We will take one as well. The Tigers trailing 7-0, but face a big 3rd down and 7. And we'll return here to Hobbs. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Dane Best rolls to his left and then starts moving towards his right and finds an open lane. He's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5, he's in the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. Alamogordo gets in the end zone and an extra point away from tying this one as the Tigers score from 15 yards out, and Moreno will try the extra point for Alamo. Wait the extra point try. Snap is good. Kick is up. And that is through the uprights and good. So the Tigers have tied up this game at 7. A little over 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. And the Tigers and the Eagles are all dotted up. We'll return right after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OFCU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Tigers getting ready to boot this away after the Best 15-yard touchdown run has evened this game at 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 8:22 remaining in quarter number 2. As this one will be on the ground and roll all the way to the 10-yard line. A little bit of trouble gathering it in, but there's a hole up the near sideline to the 30 and then knocked out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. And that's where Hobbs will begin this upcoming possession. Able to open the scoring, but the Tigers with a huge drive to begin the second quarter, or to answer back, we should say, and have found themselves back even here with a little over 8 minutes to go in the first half. So Hobbs offensively will line up, and here's the snap. Medrano, quick throw, and the completion is made to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, and just a wide receiver screen. They had brought somebody out of their in motion out of the backfield, and they pick up big yardage on that as they take it all the way to the 49-yard line. It looks like a gain of 15 and a first down. So 1st and 10 with trips to the bottom and 1 to the top. And the snap. And running to the left side, the quarterback Medrano will keep it. And crossing the 40-yard line. And getting brought down. And check that was Hill that actually got the football. So Hill takes it down to the Alamogordo 38, and that's going to be another first down for Hobbs, as they pick up 13 on the run. So 2 plays, and they're down into the Tiger 38-yard line. Medrano, quick throw to the near side. That is complete and brought down. And looks like inbounds. Helmet came off of number 4, Adrian Mora. Ball goes to 35. And so that is a gain of, let's call it 3. So Hobbs with 2 wide receivers to each side. They're just looking to the sideline at the moment to get the call. No rush for them. Tigers, of course, 4-2-5 setup. 4 down linemen. Kind of more shifted to the near sideline. Fake of the handoff. Medrano keeps it and is spun down. Saris, I believe, the man to get in there and bring him down. One of those that if Medrano is able to keep his balance, he maybe is still running there, but he is brought down. And he gets to the 33, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Haven't seen Medrano run the ball a ton tonight. They've gotten it more from the running back than from him. 4 wide receivers, ready to snap it, and he will run it straight up the middle, and he's got the first down to the 25 and is swung down shy of the 20. Of course, I had to say that right there. That was, I guess, the announcer's jinx for the Tigers. It's a gain of 11. That was just a quarterback draw, plain and simple. 3 carries for 19 yards for him. And Hobbs again moves the chains. 3rd time they've done that on this drive, as the game is even at 7. And we continue on here in the quarter with about 6 minutes to go. Wait the snap. It'll be a toss play to the right. Hill has got it. Evades the first man, spins away from another. He's going to get past the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Tigers read that well. It looks like maybe a gain of 1. And so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball's in the far hash. Hobbs now going right to left, headed towards the south end zone. 2 receivers to the top and 3 to the bottom right now. So an empty set. Medrano in the backfield by himself on a 2nd and 9. He'll take the snap, and he's looking to throw. And he will throw it right to the middle of the field. It's complete. And did that ball come out? Tigers are acting like it did. And looks like the receiver was number 7, Joshua Ortiz. And still awaiting the official call here. It looked like they were bringing on athletic trainers for just a moment. And no, the ball did not come out. They said that was a complete pass and the runner down. So it'll be A gain of about 5, and here is the handoff, and it's going straight ahead and getting near the 10-yard line. It looks like it'll be enough for a first down. And, in fact, it is. Hobbs will move the chains and picked up a first down and 10. Well, for a soft second there, we thought maybe Alamogordo was going to get the ball there, but and now Hobbs walking onto the field like maybe a timeout. And in fact, it is a timeout on, well, actually it's a measurement first. So it's an official timeout to see if this is going to be a first down. They hadn't marked it. They changed it on the marker on the field. And kind of a difficult angle for us to tell up here whether it's going to be there or not. If it isn't, it's going to be just short of a first down, hence the need for the chains, and it looks like it is just short. Nope, it's a first down. Okay. Thought initially he was showing just a little bit need to go. No, they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10. One of those from I'm not sure here. Sometimes I'm not going to blame it on the official. That's just me not knowing for sure what exactly they're doing there. So, 2 receivers each side for Hobbs. 1st and 10, and it's from the 12-yard line. Running back off to the right for the Eagles, and Medrano will keep it. And the read option, trying to bounce it to the outside to the 5, looking for the corner of the end zone. He has got it, and Hobbs will retake the lead here with a 12-yard touchdown run by Medrano. Junior Medrano gets into the end zone. So 12 yards and a score. And Hobbs will come on to try the extra points. Lefty kicker here for the Eagles. As we await the snap, kick is up. And the officials say good. So it's 14-7 Hobbs here in the second quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll return right after this.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Return taking on one hop, and fighting forward is Sarah Saris to about the 30-yard line. And that's where Alamogordo's offense will take over. A first down and 10. So the Tigers, pretty important drive here for Alamogordo to get themselves into the end zone. Hobbs will have the ball to begin the next quarter, and so pretty big for Alamogordo if they can get a score here before the end of the half with 4:50 remaining. 2 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom, and Best is just going to take the snap, run to his right to the 30, and he is met pretty quickly. Tries to fight forward for yardage, but not much there. And he gets it to the 32-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 for Best, who has both quarterbacks with a touchdown run for their teams, and the other score rush from the Hobbs running back. Best with a 15-yard touchdown run. That was a gain of 2. 8 carries for 55 yards for him tonight. Takes the snap and hands it off, and running to the left side, and not a whole lot there. And getting pushed back after it looks like a gain of 1. Bloom, I believe, on the carry there. And indeed. So it'll be 3rd down. Well, or wait, do we have a penalty flag here? Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a hold on Alamogordo. And Hobbs will take the penalty yardage. So it'll go back 2nd down and 18. And the Tigers, well, at least have got 2 downs to try and make this work, but instead of 3rd and 7, let's see what they can do here on 2nd down and long. Under 4 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. 2 receivers to the top and 2 to the bottom. Here's the snap. And just a straight handoff, nothing there. Tried to go up the middle with it and maybe lost a yard on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 19 now for Alamogordo. Need the 40-yard line for a first. They're back at the 21 now after that loss. Go 2 wide receivers, 3 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top, running back in the backfield. Ball is between the 2 hashes. Tigers going left to right. Here's the snap, quick throw, and I think that was caught. Yeah, we've got a lot going on here. That's a fumble, so it's a completion and then a fumble. And Hobbs is going to get the ball inside the Alamogordo 20-yard line. So the Tigers try to get the ball out on the wide receiver screen to the near side, and ends up being a turnover, and Hobbs has a huge chance now to push us out to a 2-score lead, and then they would get the ball to begin the second half. 2 receivers to the top and 2 to the bottom. And the mistakes, unfortunately, 2nd turnover of the night for Alamogordo. The stakes mounting up a little bit. Here's the snap, and Medrano will keep. He'll throw to the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open, and he's got the touchdown. The Eagles score on the very first play after the turnover. And so the Hobbs Eagles now up 20-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. An extra point away from making this a 14-point lead. I guess the maybe small positive here is that if Alamogordo can put together a drive before the end of the half, there's maybe enough time for them to make that happen. Hobbs is going backwards here, or at least their offensive line was walking backwards. The score definitely is counting. And maybe there was a dead ball penalty of some kind, and Almo's going to take it on the kickoff. Maybe not. Okay, there was, well, let's see, is the official going to make a call here? Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct, it would appear. So I assume it was on. We'll see where the kickoff is off from there. So it'll be an extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up. It is through the uprights and good. 21-7, Hobbs in front. We'll return to Watson Stadium. The Alamogordo Tigers down 21-7 here in the second quarter. Stay with us.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. The Tigers give up the turnover and then a quick touchdown. 2:59 to go in the second quarter, and Hobbs is down front 21-7. The penalty was a 15-yarder on the Hobbs Eagles, so they're kicking off from the 25-yard line. And Tigers have a chance to have some nice field position here after the score. And this kickoff is going to go way back to the 10, so take it back on that field position. Or did he step out of bounds there? Hold on. Now they called the play dead. Waiting to see what happened or where they're marking this at. Yep, that's the field position does not work out there for the Tigers. Credit to the kickoff there for the Eagles, as Best will run it off left side and get spun down, and will fight forward to about the 20-yard line. And looks like going to be a timeout here by the Tigers. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 timeout. Actually, I think Hobbs took the timeout there. So the Tigers with a couple of runs and unfortunately have it here 3rd and 8 now. 21-7 with under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2 as the Alamogordo Tigers are trailing to the Hobbs Eagles on the road. And based on what happens here, Hobbs may have another chance to try to get it in the end zone before the end of the half. Alamo really needs a first down here on 3rd and 8. So 3rd and 8 for Alamogordo with the ball at their own 17-yard line. On the far hash, 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And here's the snap, and Best rolling to his right. In the pocket, looking to step up, gets away from one defender, and then I'm not sure if he got tripped up or the turf monster came up and got him there. I guess somebody got a hand on him, and it's going to be a timeout from Hobbs quickly, and it'll be a 1-yard loss, and Alamogordo goes 3 and out. They'll have to punt. Hobbs will have time here to do something with it. As Alamogordo, this back into the second quarter, has been very tough for them. They tied it up at 7. Hobbs would go down the field and score. Tigers got the ball back and then turned it over on a 3rd down play. Very next play, Hobbs put it in the end zone. And then Alamogordo looked like they were going to get pretty good field position, maybe to a chance to score because of a unsportsmanlike penalty on the Eagles. And the kickoff ended up going deep, and the Tigers went out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And then this drive has been stymied by the Hobbs defense. So Hobbs, I mean, this has gone about as perfectly as it can for the Eagles at this point in the game. And they may be rushing the punter to try to get a block here. They do got a returner back at about the 47-yard line. And we've got a penalty flag, and I believe it's going to be no penalty? I thought I saw a flag on the field. Yeah, legal substitution on Alamogordo. Yeah, there is a penalty. So they're going to mark it back 5 yards. Indeed. So Hobbs going to have most likely really good field position here. As this has been a tough second quarter for Alamogordo. 2 turnovers in the game. Both of those leading to points for Hobbs. Snap was a little high. Saris was able to get to it and get off a pretty decent punt here. Actually, he got off a great punt, as this one is going to roll all the way down inside the Hobbs 30. What a great punt by Saris. I think the line of scrimmage there was the 13-yard line. So let's do the math there. 40, and that's almost a 60-yard punt, right? Down to the 27-yard line. 23, 37, exactly 60. So that changes things a little bit here as we get to the latter moments of this second quarter. Hobbs has proved that they can move this ball quickly, but it's at least a little bit more difficult. They're not getting possession in Alamogordo's half the field, which they've done twice already tonight and scored both times they've done that. And Medrano initially rolls to his left, then to his right. He's got men after him, and he is going to be brought down out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And he pops up okay. I guess the one positive there is I think he got out of bounds in time, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. But good pursuit. Tigers have done a nice job of staying after Medrano. He really hasn't been able to bust loose for any huge runs so far. Hopefully I'm not jinxing there. Trips the near side, one to the bottom. They've got him bunched off the near side. They're sprinting to the left and then cutting upfield Medrano. And here he goes, 35 to the 40. Medrano to the 45 where he's pushed out of bounds just shy of midfield. I need to stop saying these things because I think it's the second time tonight where I've said, Tigers done a pretty good job against them running the football, and I need to stop. 22-yard gain on that one. Sorry, y'all. I mean, I'd like to think I have that kind of power, but I think twice now, the very next play after I've said something similar to that, it's ended up in a big run for Medrano. Medrano looking to snap it, and I think initially they're trying to get the Tigers to jump off sides. He looks to the sideline. And now is ready to go. 2 receivers the top, 1 to the bottom. And here's a quick throw to the near sideline. That one is complete. And brought out of bounds is number 4, Adrian Mora. Mora's not going to have the first down, but he does stop the clock. As the ball sits at the 43-yard line now of Alamogordo. Late here in the second quarter, Tigers trailing 20-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 2 receivers the top and 2 to the bottom. And the running back is to the left of Medrano. He is going to throw, stands in the pocket, goes deep down the middle of the field, and that one is going to fall to the ground. Thought maybe a Tiger player was going to have a chance at the incompletion, or the interception, I should say, at about the 15-yard line, but it falls to the ground, and it'll be a 3rd down for Hobbs at the Alamogordo 43, 3rd down and 2. This would be a big stop for the Tigers to not let Hobbs get points here before the end of the half. Again, a reminder, Hobbs will receive to begin the second half kickoff. Medrano in the backfield. They set up a screen. It's complete to the 40. They've got the first down, and getting to the 35-yard line, that is enough for the first down. They'll hurry up, and the ball stays inbounds. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Didn't take him much to line up there. Medrano's got it. And he is looking to throw deep, and now he's going to run for it. He's at the 35, looking for the sideline. He's got it, and he will go out of bounds there. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 here for Hobbs. Ball is at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers at the top and 2 to the bottom. Medrano, again, standing in the pocket, looking to throw as he will go to the middle of the field. Ball is complete inside the 10 and working towards the 5-yard line. That's enough for a first down for Hobbs as they have it inside the Alamogordo 5. They'll hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage here for the next play with 3 wide receivers to the bottom and 1 to the top. Medrano takes the snap. He will keep it himself. Speed option, toss to the left. Hill looking for the end zone, and he has got it as Hobbs scores again and makes it 27-7 on a 5-yard run from DeMarcus Hill. As Hobbs has broken this game wide open, 21 unanswered for Hobbs, and they'll have the extra point here, try to make this a 3-score difference. Well, already a 3-score difference, but to make it a full 21-point difference. As we await the snap, and that's not a good snap. It's going to be covered by the holder, and so the extra point, no try there. And it is 27-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in the second quarter. Hobbs in front of Alamogordo. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all else subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Tigers jump on the ball at about the 25-yard line, 16 seconds remaining as we roll along here in the second quarter. Not much time for Alamogordo to try to make something happen. And as I said, Hobbs will have possession to begin the second half. About the only thing that's gone badly for Hobbs tonight is that bad snap on the extra point. And this second quarter is it's been tough for the Tigers. And it's just going to be a handoff to the right side. And Bloom is going to probably get his best carry of the night. He's going to get 10-plus yards. He's still fighting hard, though, across the 40. Gets out to about the 43. They will stop the clock on the moving of the chains, but looks like Alamogordo is going to take it to the locker room. That will be the case. So gain of 15 there to finish up the half. And the Alamogordo Tigers trail 27-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we'll return with the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show as the Tigers trail here at Watson Stadium. And we'll be right back.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the
game. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019, halftime at Watson Stadium. The Alamogordo Tigers trail the Hobbs Eagles 27-7. An explosion in that second quarter, 7-0 after one. And the mistakes piled up a little bit there for the Tigers, and Hobbs' offense really got going. They got the first score of the game with 2:43 to go in the first quarter, a 16-yard touchdown run. Alamo had punted. Hobbs had punted. Alamo threw an interception. Hobbs got the ball inside the Alamogordo 30 and would go in and score. That was your score after one. The Tigers answered back nicely, though, went down the field in about 6 minutes and got in the end zone. Nate Best ran it in, and Hobbs would get it back, and Hobbs would take it pretty much the length of the field. Junior Medrano would run it in from 12 yards out. That was 4:55 to go in the second quarter. And then the floodgates opened. Unfortunately, the Tigers would turn it over on a fumble. And on the very next play, Medrano hit Justice French for an 18-yard touchdown pass. And then the Tigers would punt it away, and Hobbs would have to go the length of the field in under 2 minutes. They did, though, got a completion down to about the 5 on a third down, and then DeMarcus Hill would run it in from 5 yards out with 16 seconds remaining. That made it 27-7. Hobbs would miss the extra point on a bad snap, and so that's where we are. So, you know, the first turnover I don't think was as big of a thing, mainly because Tigers were going to have to punt from deep inside their own territory. You know, Hobbs got the ball at the Alamogordo 30, so not great, but, you know, not the end of the world. And then Alamogordo tied it up. But the fumble, that was huge because that was right after Hobbs had scored, and it was a touchdown. And then the Tigers went 3 and out, punted away. It was a great punt from Sarah Saris, 60 yards, I said. But credit the Hobbs offense. They went right down the field and made it 27-7. So, unfortunately, the Tigers just haven't been able to the mistakes have piled up, and that's been the problem. It's been turnover, 3 and out, and Hobbs has been continuously getting the ball. So the Tigers, hoping to obviously have some ball control tonight, just hasn't worked out that way. You know, the first couple drives were okay. I mean, yeah, they had to punt on their first drive, but they picked up a first down and, you know, pushed Hobbs back a little bit, and then, you know, but then they were deep inside their own territory and threw an interception. Hobbs scored, but Alamo answered back, and so it feels like a new game there. It's 7-7. We got about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. You know, Hobbs does score, but, you know, Alamo gets the ball back, and that's, you know, like I said, the turnover, the 3 and out, that really is where things started to not go the Tigers' way tonight. But still a second half to go. The biggest thing that Alamogordo is going to need is a stop to begin the second half, because Hobbs will have the ball to begin half number 2. A score from Hobbs, and that might put this one out of reach. We talked about it a lot. Alamogordo trying to go shot for shot with Hobbs was going to be really tough. And, I mean, now they need stops. And now they need to be able to score pretty quickly, too. So, not Alamo's forte, I would say. They can. We've seen them, you know, in the 2-minute drill have some scores this season, so they're capable of it. But I think the big question is, can they slow down what Hobbs is doing offensively? That's maybe the bigger question now. Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, Hobbs 27, Alamogordo 7. We'll return. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. The Alamogordo Tigers trailing 27-7 at halftime at Watson Stadium. And both teams in the locker room currently. One completion for Nate Best for 9 yards to Arona. He's carried the ball 9 times for 54 yards. 7 carries for 15 yards for Bloom. 5 carries for 16 yards for Sarah Saris up to this point in the game. But the biggest, lines there are 2 turnovers, the interception and the fumble. That's been, I think, those are 2 scores pretty much there. Hobbs, again, I'll say the interception, Hobbs might end up scoring there regardless, but still makes it a little bit easier for them. Let's see if we got any scores. Looks like Piedra Vista's having a tough time against Canyon, 42-7. Gadsden and Goddard tied up at 21. Mayfield's up on Deming, 28-7. And what else we got? El Dorado and Santa Fe tied at 25. Kind of an interesting score. I don't trust a lot of these. Looks like Cruces beat Oregon Mountain 55-0. Gateway up on Mescalero Apache 22-8. It's dangerous for me to trust the max prep scores, especially after last week. There's some weird stuff going on. 21-8 Artesia up on Lovington. Carlsbad beating Clovis 21-8. Nimmies beating Socorro 35-0. Tatum 46-0 up on Hagerman Lake Arthur. Hatch Valley leading Cobre 31-6. Chaparral beating Monzano 14-0. Now they're showing 27-0 Hobbs in front of Alamogordo on max preps. Tigers have got 7. Come on. Let's see. Grant's 35-0 up on Aztec. Melrose beat Mesilla Valley Christian 28-14 in 8-man football. Highland leading Valley 20-7. Bernalillo up on Espanola Valley 26-0. It looks like so. All right, those are some of the scores from across the state. We'll try to have a final for you guys on the Mescalero game tonight. Certainly we'll have it posted up on our Facebook page. We'll let you guys know if we got something there before we go off the air. All right, we'll get you back to more of the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. We'll also hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week for this week coming up next. That is Dakota Suggs of Tiger Cross Country. They're headed over to Roswell tomorrow at the Pecos Valley Invite. So best of luck to Tiger Cross Country tomorrow. So we'll hear that one. We'll hear some more from our sponsors. 27-7 at half on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Hobbs in front of Alamogordo.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OFCU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA. Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Hobbs 27, Alamogordo 7. We're going to check in with our Tiger Athlete of the Week, Dakota Suggs of Tiger Cross Country. Do you want to mention the other high school sports going on this week? We mentioned Mescalero Apache football's playing tonight. Capitan volleyball tournament is going on. We'll try to get some updates for you on that. I know they had pool play today. Not sure if they had a match today that counts towards the record or if that's all happening tomorrow, but we'll get that all figured out. And then you also have volleyball for that going on tomorrow. Football tomorrow is Tularosa taking on Robertson at 1 p.m. Cloudcroft's at home as well as they take on Clayton. That's a 1 p.m. kickoff up in the mountains. Cross country along with the Alamogordo meets. You also have Mescalero Apache over at the Ron Winter Invite in Las Cruces. We don't have any soccer this weekend. Alamo and Thule volleyball are both off this weekend as well. So a few things going on. Not a super busy weekend, but some stuff to go. Certainly, got a couple football games to go enjoy on a Saturday, so I encourage you to do that. Again, 27-7 at half on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Let's hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week, and we'll return with more of the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show coming up.
This is your Alamo Sports Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by the Winter Circle and Tularosa Communications. This week's athlete is Dakota Suggs of Tiger Cross Country. How's your season gone so far? Are you happy with what you've run over the first few races?
Yeah, I think it's going pretty well, actually. Compared to last year, we're doing significantly better. First few races have been quite a challenge. We've raced some of the hardest courses in the state, so finally getting to race on a flat course this season and for the rest of the week, it'd be pretty cool to whip out some times that hopefully be fast and we can we can actually see what we're capable of.
So I know obviously it's all relative to the course in terms of times, but have you been happy with the times you've been putting in the relative races?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Our season opener, I think we all averaged around like an 18:30, which is absolutely insane for our team and, well, pretty much our district as well. And we've raced in Cloudcroft like about a month ago, and we all whipped out some really good times there. And that's probably the hardest course in the state. And then the second hardest course, it was Ruidoso, and that was literally 2 weeks after that. And we all raced really good times, dropping about a minute and a half to a minute and 50 seconds each for us. So we're seeing a lot of improvement.
So what got you interested in doing cross country, track and field? I mean, running competitively. When did you start doing it?
My 8th grade year, I did 300 hurdles. I kind of fell in love with track. It got really complicated my freshman year. I didn't run at all. But then sophomore year, I picked up 300 hurdles again. But one of my friends, Zachary Swayze, he got me into distance running, and I kind of just fell in love with the sport. I didn't even know what cross country was until like last year. And so last year was my first season doing it. It's going pretty good. I feel like they treat me like a family, which is really nice.
It is your senior year. Is athletics something you want to continue after high school, or is this going to be it for you?
No, I definitely want to continue it once I go into college, though I have absolutely no idea where, but I'll figure it out. Yeah. I definitely got it. Any college that can give me a good scholarship at this point would be pretty nice for cross country and track.
Do you know what you want to do in college yet? Have you thought about career-wise or what's coming up for you next?
I've always wanted to do something with marine biology ever since like my elementary school years. Just anything with marine sciences or chemistry or biology, somewhere in the field there. I'll figure it out later on for sure.
What got you interested in marine biology when you were a kid? Was there something that like just clicked and you're like, man, this is really cool? Or can you think of anything that stands out to you that has kept you interested in the sciences like that?
Mm-hmm. When I was about 6, I went to SeaWorld for the first time, and we went to the like shark exhibit. It really just caught my eyes, and I was like, I want to do something with this. I just want to like be in the water, just swim around, enjoy life. I love fishing in general too, so that was always really nice.
Coda, congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa, With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. Halftime just about over with. And it's 27-7 Hobbs on the Rich Samoda scoreboard. Do have a Cloudcroft score for you guys for volleyball. Cloudcroft volleyball beat Corona today in straight sets. And we'll play again tomorrow on the championship side of the bracket at the Capitan tournament. And it looks like Fort Sumner, they'll play tomorrow. So, Lady Bears pick up a win, so congrats to them. And if you want to go watch some volleyball tomorrow, there's going to be a ton of it going on up in Capitan. So, if you want to go check that out and support the Lady Chiefs and the Lady Bears, there you go. All right, we're ready for some more football. Alamogordo kicking off to begin the second half. Hobbs up 27-7. And pretty crucial moment here for the Alamogordo Tigers is their ability to get a defensive stop, get a turnover, whatever leads to that, and get the ball back and try to begin this comeback down by 3 scores to begin the second half. Moreno going to boot it away. He'll go left to right here, so kicking off towards the north end zone as he puts his right foot into it. And a line drive kick that will go to about the 20, and now working back over to the far side and turning upfield to the 25 and breaking one tackle but not breaking the second and the third on the return was Adrian Mora. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Hobbs at their own 31-yard line. And I feel like Junior Medrano has been what he was advertised going into this game, his ability to run the football, his ability to pass the football. He's ran for a score. He's thrown for 2. Trying to think about. No, I take it back. Hill's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Ran for 1, thrown for 1 has Medrano. Tigers have had some good moments where they've been able to, get him down and keep him behind the line of scrimmage and not let him break out for big runs. And then, next play he goes for 15 or 20. So pistol formation here, and they'll bring the running back out of the backfield. And they will throw it to the receiver at the near side. Ran this play in the first half. This one not quite as successful as it was. That was more of a 20-yard gain. This will get across the 35-yard line and get up to the 38, it looks like. And so it'll be second down and let's call it 3. They need the 41 on their own side of the field for a first down. So 2nd and 3 for Hobbs. 2 receivers up to the top and 2 to the bottom. And the snap and the handoff. Hill's got it, going straight up the middle. And the Hobbs offensive line gets a pretty good push there and gets him the first down. Crosses the 40, gets to about the 43-yard line. And so they'll move the chains, stop the clock momentarily. And 1st and 10 again for Hobbs. Back to a 4-wide receiver look. And here's the snap and the fake of a handoff. Medrano looking to throw up the near sideline. It is knocked away, incomplete. Almost looked like an interception. Would have been another one for Moreno. He played that really well. We had the inside position, but was unable to secure it and bring it down, and so it'll just be 2nd down and 10. Tigers have done pretty solid work in the secondary tonight. The running game's, I think, been the more dangerous part of this Hobbs offense this evening. Medrano rolls to his right. No, he handed it off. Fooled me. Fooled a lot of the Tiger defense as Hill's going to take it across the 50 to the 40. Just a quarterback sprint handoff. He looks like he's rolling out on a handoff or rolling out on a bootleg and ends up handing it off, but maybe this is coming back. It looks like it is, so it'll be a holding penalty. That's a big loss for Hobbs. They were going to be down to about the Alamogordo 35-yard line, and instead the penalty flag is going to mark this off and make it 2nd down and 20. Like the Hobbs sideline wasn't particularly enthralled by that penalty flag, but such as it is. And so not second down and 20, second down and 15. So the hold must have been up past the line of scrimmage somewhere that kind of broke it open. As we sit here in the third quarter, 27-7 Hobbs. First possession of the second half. And a quick throw to the near side is complete to Beatty. Beatty is going to push his way out of bounds and get near the original line of scrimmage. Maybe about a yard short of that. And we'll bring up a third down and 10. So here's a chance for the Tigers. Get off the field. You've got them behind the sticks. It's more like 3rd and 11. This is a big opportunity for Alamogordo to get a stop and get the ball back. Exactly what they needed coming out of the locker room to try to get themselves back into this game and just try to chip away. Here's the snap. Medrano rolling to his right. Still rolling to his right. Now looks like he's going to run it. Cuts upfield, and he is going to be brought down well shy of the first down marker. Doesn't get to midfield. Interesting decision here for Hobbs. Last time they were kind of in this spot, they kept Medrano in, kept the offense out there, and he just pooch punted it. As he takes it to the 48-yard line, it is 4th down and about 6. They need the Tigers, we'll call it 5. They need to get to the Tigers 47. So, 4th down and 5. And they do keep the offense on the field at the moment. And takes a couple steps back, and he will punt it away. Not a particularly good punt this time, so the Tigers are going to get good field position. Punt goes out of bounds, kind of shanked off the foot to the near sideline to the 35, and that's where the Alamogordo offense will take over here. Third quarter, about 3 minutes gone, and the Tigers will have a 1st down and 10, needing points, and they got what they wanted coming out of the locker room. They get a stop. Hobbs did pick up a 1st down, but the penalty yardage puts them back to 2nd and 15, and the Tigers make some plays when they need to. And now can they get in the end zone here? And it's just kind of the first step. They've got a long road to go here. 2 wide receivers, and Alamo showing the I formation. And so it's Best under center. He takes the snap, hands it off. Come to the near side, a broken tackle by Bloom, but he's not going to get a whole lot more as he continues to get pushed back. Looks like he's going to get 2 on the carry. And the Tigers will face a 2nd down and 8. At their own 37-yard line, they go left to right here, headed towards the north end zone. And they'll again split out 1 wide receiver to each side, I formation. Tigers have thrown out of this a couple of times tonight. And Best will go a toss play to the left side. And Bloom getting some pretty good blocking, gets pushed forward on the tackle near the yard to gain. He'll get to the 44. Is just going to be 1 yard short, so he gets 7 on the toss. So that's something we haven't seen the Tigers run a whole lot. It's that deep toss play. I think of who used to Cruces, I feel like, and they probably still run that like crazy. Tigers again are going to go I. Looking to pick up a 1st down here. Best going, looked like a little bit of a hard count. And then he hesitated and run straight ahead on a quarterback sneak and busted through the line, got across the 50. He's got the Alamogordo 1st down to the 49-yard line as he picks up a gain of 7. And the Tigers do move the chains here on their first drive of the second half. Hobbs leads 27-7 here in the third quarter, 1st and 10 for Alamogordo on the Hobbs side of the field at the 49-yard line. It's 1 receiver at the bottom and 1 at the top. And staying in the I are the Tigers. And they can still be methodical here at this point in the game. They don't have to be in a huge rush. Handoff. And goes to the deep back Bloom, who fights forward and tries to get himself to the 46 through a big pile. Is going to end up just short of it at the 47. It'll be a gain of 3 on his 10th carry of the night. 2nd down and 7 for Alamogordo. So sticking with the ground game here early, staying in the I formation, having some success. Two receivers for the Tigers, staying in the eye. 2nd and 7. And fake of the handoff. Best will keep it. Faked it to the up back, which was Saris. And then Best will push right near the marker again here, similar to Bloom. Got to about 1 yard shy of the first down. Same on this as he'll pick up 6 and get it down to the 40-yard line, actually 7, and get it to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. They hurry up to the line pretty quickly with, again, 2 wide receivers. Maybe thinking, again, a hard count, try to get somebody to jump off. Nope, they'll run the inside toss. And there's plenty of room there. Bloom is to the 30. Bloom bouncing out to the 25, still on his feet to the 20. He's down to about the 15-yard line. The Tigers' running game really getting going in this quarter. Bryson Bloom all the way to the Hobbs 14-yard line. It's a gain of 26, and probably the Tigers' biggest gain of the night, as he works over 50 yards rushing on the evening. Continuing along here in the third quarter with Hobbs leading 27-7. Tigers trying to make it a 2-possession difference. They've stayed in the old-school I formation going under center. Here's the handoff. Bloom gets it straight up the middle. Bloom breaks loose. Bloom into the end zone for the Tiger touchdown from 14 yards out. So the Tigers get exactly what they need coming out of the locker room, a defensive stop, and then they go right down the field and score. And it's 27-13. Tigers looking for the extra point now. What a great drive from Alamogordo. Absolutely nothing fancy on that drive. It was all runs. It was out of the I formation. They just lined up and went right at the Eagles. Awaiting the snap. A little bit high. And so Saris has to get out of there. Throws towards the end zone, and it's intercepted. And can't return the other way for 2 points in high school football, so that will be the end of the play. And so it'll end up being a 14-point difference. The extra point missed for Hobbs ends up being no big problem there for them. 27-13, it is the third quarter, and the Tigers are trailing, but they get a big touchdown to make it a 2-score game. We'll be right back.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Almost Sports and Talk, 12:30-109, and here is a return for Hobbs up the near sideline to the 40. Boy, it was what Alamogordo used to run all the time on their kickoff return, which was that starburst play. The returner has it, and you've got runners going in all different directions on handoffs and stuff, and ended up being number 7, Joshua Ortiz, who came loose up the near sideline. And was it Ortiz? Maybe it was French. I'm not sure. There is a penalty flag that is on the field. So we're waiting to see where this is going to be spotted at. The ball right now is at the 32 of Alamogordo. That's a bit deflating for the Tigers after the score, and then the kickoff goes for long distance here for Hobbs. Maybe it was a sideline warning. Doesn't look like they marked off any penalty yardage there, so I think that may have been what it was. But Hobbs has great field position as they start at the Alamogordo 32. Medrano hands it off, and here's a run up the middle to the 25. Still on his feet and into the end zone for the Eagles. I believe that is Hill again. And what a quick answer back from Hobbs from 32 yards out. They are in the end zone just like that. After the Tigers methodically went right down the field and scored, and all of a sudden Alamo's back down by 3 scores again. So a long kickoff return and then a long touchdown run. And Hobbs will try to put this back to 21 here with an extra point try. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and it looks to be good and is. 34-13 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Hobbs leads with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll return right after this.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. The Alamogordo Tigers will get the ball back, but unfortunately down 34-13. They'll get a good return out to the 46-yard line here, and that's where the offense will take over. But ended up being a run by Jesse Nelson, who hadn't been in the game yet, and gets in and gets the long run for Hobbs. And just like that, Alamogordo's back down by 21. Tigers going to stick with the eye. And Best with a late option toss that I think went out of bounds on the far sideline, was trying to get it out to Sarah Saris. I think Nathaniel did get it, but he wasn't able to stay in bounds, and so it'll end up being no gain on the play. So 32-yard touchdown run. And again, that was number 26, Jesse Nelson. Extra point was good. And the Tigers stick with the eye on a 2nd down and 10. And it'll be the handoff to the deep back at Sarah Saris, who will run straight ahead and not quite get to midfield. Looks like he got to about the 49, gain of 3 on the carry. And it'll be 3rd down and 7. And you have to think for the Tigers, it's maybe 4-down territory. Going forward, down by 21, you're at midfield, certainly, unless something, bad happens here on this particular play. That would be the only way I would say maybe you don't go for it on 4th down in this spot. As we get ready to close, under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I formation with 2 wide receivers, and fake of the handoff, and Best is looking to throw. Instead, he rolls out on the bootleg and gets some room, and he's going to get the first down. Had guys coming off the ends on both sides coming after him, and he was able to get away. Gets to the 41-yard line, and so that will be enough for a Tiger first down as he picks up 11. As Best gets out into the open. 34-13, Hobbs in front. And Tigers going to try to put together another drive here and hope for better results if they can score here and see if they can get a stop on the next go-around. They got a defensive stop to start the half, but Hobbs got a long kickoff return, and then in one play we're in the end zone. Toss play goes to the left. Sarah Saris is going to be met in the backfield. He fights for some yardage as he reaches out across the 40. He's going to get a gain of 2. as we roll along here in the third quarter, and the Eagles up by 21. Tigers at the Hobbs 40. It'll be a second down and 8. Tigers have used only the I formation here in the second half, and they've moved the ball pretty well. As fake of the handoff, play action. Deep in the pocket, Best looking to throw, gets away from one defender, picks up a block, now still running with it at the 40, gets out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So again, using the legs and getting away from a couple of defenders, and his athleticism helps the Tigers pick up the first down. It's a gain of 10, and Alamogordo moves the chains. Almost 100 yards rushing now for Best. Out of bounds doesn't hurt either. And so it'll be first down and 10 at the Hobbs 30. Tigers staying in the eye. It's the only thing they've run out of in the second half. 2 wide receivers. They have tried to throw it a little bit here, but ended up being runs both times. Here's the handoff to Bloom. Bloom going to go straight ahead. He's going to be brought down as he goes across the 20-yard line. And we're going to double check on that, make sure that wasn't Sarah Saris, but now that was Bryson. So Bryson comes back into the game and picks up 12 and gets the Tigers a first down. In his last run, he had scored the touchdown for the Tigers. And he's closing in on 100 yards rushing tonight. First and 10 for Alamogordo. Going left to right towards the north end zone. Down by 21. Here's the snap and fake of the handoff. Best looking to throw. Freezes a defender, then gets away from him and going to take a hard pop as he gets out of bounds over at the far sideline. It'll be second down for Alamogordo. But sort of stopped, and the defender stopped too, and it gave him enough time to decide, okay, I'm going to continue to roll out and get some yardage here. It'll be second down and 4. Tigers have run the ball well in the second half. They've gone down the field twice now here on Hobbs. Obviously need points now as we get towards the latter end of this third quarter, out of the I formation. And here's a handoff to the right side. Bloom's got it. Bloom is going to pick up his second touchdown of the night as the Tigers get in from 13 yards out, and it is 24-19 as Bloom now with 92 yards rushing. And his second score this evening. And the Tigers have once again cut it down to a 2-score difference on the Bryson Bloom run. Extra point try for Moreno. Last one didn't go well. This one looks like better. And it's good. So it is 34-20. Hobbs on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in the third quarter lead the Alamogordo Tigers. And we will return. You're listening to Tiger Football.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
.230 to go here in the third quarter as they kick off to about the 20-yard line and getting a little bit of room to the 30, and then, a big hit out of bounds. That's going to be a late hit. That was right on the boundary, and couldn't tell who the Tiger was, but, man, that knocked the Hobbs player's helmet off, and it was just a step out of bounds, but it certainly from up here, looked like it was after the player had stepped out of bounds. So that is unfortunate for the Tigers. 34-20, again, your score here in the third quarter. And so that'll give Hobbs better field position. It was going to be pretty decent at their own 38, and now it'll start Alamogordo or start Hobbs in Tiger territory, unfortunately. In fact, it'll be at the 47-yard line of Alamogordo. So 1st and 10 for Hobbs as they try to continue to go back and forth here. 2-score game. Turnover would be huge here for Alamogordo's defense if they can come up with one. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Here's the snap. Fake of the handoff, little inside toss. That was very nearly like it was going to be a turnover, but it said going to be a big run as getting to the 25-yard line. Lots of misdirection happening there as number 7, Joshua Ortiz, takes it all the way from the 47. I thought his little inside shovel pass, one of the Tigers was going to get a hand on it, but he did not. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Hobbs at the 24-yard line of Alamogordo. It's been big plays for Hobbs. With the exception of a couple of drives here and there, Hobbs has picked it up in chunks. And now certainly hoping for a turnover here. I think the problem now is the clock starts to become Alamogordo's enemy. Here's a handoff left side, big hole again. And getting down to about the 5-yard line, still fighting forward, down to about the 2, I believe. That is Nelson again, as they've been using him on the ground here in the second half. And Hobbs had everybody lined up. Now they're bringing a few different players in. Actually, I think they'd gone back to Hill there. I take that back. So anyhow, it'll be another run here. And trying to work right side, then up the middle, and fighting for goal line. It's a touchdown for Hobbs. So Hobbs pushes the total over 40 here. It's 40-20 in the third quarter. It takes them 3 plays. You can throw in the kickoff as well and the penalty. And that's been the issue for Alamo is, man, they got that stop to come out of halftime, but since that point, it's been quick strike for the Eagles. They got a long kickoff return and then scored right away. Tigers were able to score again, but then Hobbs gets the ball back and gets down the field in 3 plays and goes back in front by 3 scores now, 40-20. Awaiting the extra point, and it is up, and it is through the uprights and good. 41-20, Hobbs in front on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in the third quarter. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Eagles kick short again, and the Alamogordo returner will take it from about the 30 to the 38-yard line, we'll call it. Tigers down 41-20 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we'll start at their own 38. 1:04 to go now in the third quarter with the Tigers trailing 41-20. So Alamo back out offensively where they've had success here in the second half. Couple of touchdowns, but the problem is Hobbs has matched them every time they've gotten in the end zone. And here's a toss play to the right. Nice move from Sarah Saris to the 40. Gets to the outside 45. Tries to break another tackle. Not going to be able to do much more there. And Sarah Saris will pop up after a gain of about 7 for the Tigers. His 7th carry of the night. 26 yards for him. As we get ready to close in on the end of the third quarter here shortly, it looks like the Tigers will run one more play before the quarter ends. One receiver to each side. Still I formation for the Tigers. Second down and 3. Penalty flags. And we'll wait and see false starts on Alamogordo. So the Tigers move early and pick up the 5-yard penalty. Haven't seen a ton of penalties here in the second half. We've definitely seen a lot of scoring. Lots and lots of scoring. Is it good that the Tigers have got a couple of touchdowns on the board, but haven't been able to slow down Hobbs since that opening drive. And it looks like that is going to do it all for 3. So that's the end of the third quarter. We go to the fourth on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Hobbs leads Alamogordo 41-20, and this is Tiger football.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. We begin quarter number 4 with the Tigers trailing 41-20. Switch sides. They now go right to left, headed towards the south end zone. And under center in the eye, here is the handoff, and straight up the middle across the 40-yard line, and still fighting hard for yardage. See a helmet come off of, looks like one of the Hobbs players. And Tigers will get back most of the penalty yardage, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. Sarah Saris on the run there for the Tigers. So he picks up, let's call it 5, maybe 6. I think it was 3rd and 3, or it was going to be. So it'll be at the Alamogordo 46-yard line between the hashes as Best gets under center. Takes the snap. Again, just a straight handoff and a good running start for Sarah Saris. He hits the hole hard. He crosses the 50, gets down to the 45, 46-yard line of Hobbs, and will move the chains and pick up a 1st down. Yeah, it'll be at the 46, so it's a gain of 8. And the Tigers will pick up the 1st down as the clock stops, and it looks like we've got a Tiger player that is down. And so while that is going on, we will go ahead and take a commercial break. 41-20, it's Hobbs leading Alamogordo. Under 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 4, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Straight handoff here to Bryson Bloom, and Bloom is going to pick up a big gain, crosses the 40, gets down to the 30, continues to fight for yardage, And eventually they will call forward progress. I thought that's a penalty flag that's down on the field. It is. Waiting to see what that call is going to be. It is a first down. They're going to call a hold on Alamogordo. They're going to call a hold on Alamogordo down at about the 30-yard line at the end of the play. Huh. So it's going to end up being a first down still for the Tigers. It'll be a 1st and 2, it looks like. Yeah, if he held, he held. I mean, so the Tigers end up getting 8 yards. They lost 10. I think it was going to be about a 20 or 25-yard gain. So it'll be 1st and 3, I think, here for the Tigers after the penalty. One wide receiver to the top and one to the bottom as Best goes under center out of the eye. Takes the snap and the handoff. Bloom's got it. He'll take it off right side. He goes to the 30. He's keeping on fighting across the 25, and he'll get to keep all that yardage this time. I'm always unsure what to give the runner on a play like that where yardage is counted back, but I don't know. I'll give him the 8 that he had. So that should put him over 100 yards, and then he picks up, it looks like another 15 there. So a 100-yard rushing night for Bryson Bloom. Fourth quarter with the Tigers trailing 41-20. And as I said, the clock becoming the enemy now for Alamogordo as we're well under 10 minutes to go now. And they fake the handoff. Best will keep it. Goes around the right tackle. He looks like he's going to have the first down. This I formation's been the best that the Tigers have had tonight. Best success they've had offensively. It seems like it's allowed Alamogordo to kind of get into good position. And it looks like we have a Hobbs player that is now down on the field. And so it's a 10-yard gain. And let's give him 11. That'll put him over 100 on my list, which is, as I always say, as unofficial can get. 41-20 is your score with Hobbs in front here in the fourth quarter. Tigers have moved the ball this entire second half. I mean, they have not been stopped yet. This is what they needed in the first half, in all honesty, was moving the football, having ball control, and it was that little section there in that second quarter where, they went turnover, 3 and out, and found themselves down by 3 scores pretty quickly there. That was the game killer for the Tigers. Not over yet. Let's be clear on that one, but still got they got a lot of work to do if they want to get this one back. Hobbs player comes. By the way, the Alamogordo player earlier that got hurt, he walked off field in his own power, and similar here for Hobbs is we're going to see the first down and 10. Hobbs or Alamogordo under center, and handoff goes straight up the middle, and everybody just sort of standing up in the. I don't know if Bloom was ever brought down, but they stopped his forward progress, and he picks up 2 on the run. So I think, certainly disappointing for the Tigers, but I think some positive things here in the second half. And I'll say, it may come down that Alamogordo is going to need an onside kick here. If they get in the end zone here, that may be the. I think at this point, after you score, that's probably got to be the strategy now for Alamo, because they haven't been able to get stops on Hobbs defensively, and also if Hobbs gets the ball back, they can also kill some clock too. So here's the snap and a quick throw, and the ball is complete, and not quite a first down. Spun down, and I believe that was DeRezzo on the catch. Maybe Rowe. Anyhow, down to the 5-yard line it goes. And the Tigers will face a 3rd down and 3 now. Tigers had some pretty good success thrown out of this I formation. Got to think they're going to the ground here, though, on 3rd down and 3, down at the 5. And Hobbs is going to jump offside, so Tigers use the hard count. As 2 or 3 of the defensive linemen for Hobbs ended up jumping across. And so it looks, is that enough for a first down? Are they going to measure this? They're going to say no, not quite. So it'll still be 3rd down. Or is it first down? All right, Tigers, yeah, no, it's third down. Third down in inches now for Alamogordo after the offsides. Handoff, Bloom, and he's going to be met in the backfield and not going to be able to get there, I don't think. So the Tigers could be facing a fourth down now. Indeed they will. So all that talk about, hey, if the Tigers score here now, we got a fourth down and 1, and so got to have the points and then worry about that stuff afterwards. Hobbs up 41-20 here in the fourth quarter. Difference in the game, as I said, about from the 5-minute mark on in the third quarter or second quarter has really been the difference in this ball game. As Best goes under center and hands it off, and it's enough for a first down. Is it enough for a touchdown? No, it does not look like it, but Alamogordo, Hobbs was coming off the field excited that they had stopped, but it was enough for a first down. So Bloom was able to get the first down. They thought it was 4th and goal. Indeed, it was not, so he's just right at the goal line. They have stopped the clock, and it looks like there's a Hobbs player that is down in the end zone. Didn't notice him because he was laying in the where the black part of the end zone was, and so he is being attended to now. So it's an injury timeout. We will take one as well. Tigers are going to have a first and goal from the 1, 41-20 here in the fourth quarter. Tigers trailing the Hobbs Eagles. We'll be back.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low interest rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join the fantastic.
Now the injured Hobbs player slowly walking his way off the field, and that's a positive, but certainly in some distress. Tigers are going to try to score from 1 yard out here. It's first and goal from the 1. They do have a wide receiver split out far to the top side. And it looks like they're just going to go quarterback sneak here. And Best trying to push forward. No signal yet. No signal yet. Looks like we've got a touchdown. Yes, touchdown now signaled. So the Tigers get in the end zone. They make it 41-26 pending the extra point. As Best will get the 1 yard run. And the Tigers, like I said, at this point, needing to, I think, get an onside kick. If they're going to find themselves with a chance here late in this game as we await the extra point try, which is important. And the kick goes up, and that is no good. So it's 41-26 with Hobbs in front of Alamogordo here in the fourth quarter. See what the Tigers do when we come back. Stay with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Now Hobbs has their up men ready for an onside kick. 41-26, Tigers trail. As we've got a little over 7 minutes to go. Here's the onside kick tried. Don't think that went 10 yards. It eventually leaked for 10 yards, but it appears Hobbs has gotten on it, and so they will get the ball right at about midfield. I would keep trying because that's where they've been getting the ball a lot of the time anyway. They've had some excellent kick returns tonight. And so I think that may be a little part of it as well is, you're going to need stops anyway and going to need them quick here. I think the question I have, for Hobbs, do you stop doing what you've been doing and maybe try to take a little clock here, get more conservative in running the football, or I don't know. Not try to go quite as fast as still got a bit over half of this fourth quarter to go. However, you try to get, I don't want to say try to get cute. Yeah, they do have two running backs, and they will run it straight up the middle. And they've got the first down across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. And so the Eagles, maybe intentionally or not, they have ran the ball really, really well tonight. They've passed solidly, but their running game, and it's been their running backs, I feel like, that have had a bit more success. Medrano's run the ball well, but I would say whether it's been Hill or Nelson, or they've sometimes brought some wide receivers into the mix, they've all had a decent amount of success against the Tiger defense. So 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Here's the handoff. Hill, the near side, 35-30. And he'll be brought down. It's another 10-plus yard gain. And it'll be another first down for the Eagles as they're not rushing up to the line and getting the play going right away by any means. But, yeah, picking it up in big chunks at the moment. So, and unfortunately for the Tigers, this is kind of about where Hobbs has put up points against the Tigers over the last few years. As I talked about coming into the game, I think it's been 49, 47, 48, somewhere in there, and a score here, and they're right about that number. Here is a quick throw that is complete to the near side and staying in bounds, and that's going to be Joshua Ortiz. So they mix it up a little bit. That's been the least successful play on the drive as they pick up 4. And if you're almost, you'll take anything here. This one's not, if you can get, again, either a negative or a minimal gain here and force the Eagles into a decision, maybe having to try to kick a field goal, but getting them to fourth down. The Tigers have had trouble getting them to third down. I think that's the tough part here as we, go under, 6 minutes to go in this ball game. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 running backs in the backfield. And here's the handoff, and up the middle of the 20 to the 15 to the 10-yard line. And I believe that was Nelson who gets the carry this time down to the 11-yard line. As they've been using both Nelson and Hill in the backfield here on this drive. And yet again, Hobbs in no big hurry here to get the next snap off. They've got a 1st and 10 from the Alamogordo 11. Been very impressed with the Hobbs offense this evening. They've been difficult to stop. And like I said, the running game has been where they've had the most success. Here's the snap, and Hill is going to get it this time. Takes it off right side. Tigers able to hold that side of the line well. It's only going to be a gain of 2 down to the 9-yard line as the clock continues to roll here in the fourth quarter. Under 5 minutes remaining. 41-26 Hobbs, if you're just tuning in. It's kind of been the score most of the second half. It's been, bouncing between 3-score, 2-score, all the second half. It was 27-7 at half, and Tigers have 3 touchdowns. The Hobbs Eagles have a couple. And the Eagles now lining up here with a second down. as they recovered the onside kick and moved it right down the field and trying to pick up their third touchdown in the second half. Hill will get it again. He's spun down. And it looks like that was Sarah Saris who got into the backfield and brought him down. A field goal would still give Hobbs a 3-score advantage here. So not the worst thing if you're Hobbs, if that's what you end up getting. Looks like they're going to go back to 4 wide receivers now. Trips the top, 1 to the bottom. 3rd and 9. That would give them an 18-point lead. Play clock still with 10, and here's the snap, and Medrano's going to take it straight up the middle. He's going to get across the 5. He's not going to get the first down. Yeah, if I'm Hobbs here, I'm kicking the field goal. I mean, you've got a leg that can do it, and it's a 3-score lead. And Alamogordo is going to call a timeout. So it's timeout on the field, 4th quarter. Hobbs will have a 4th down decision, 4th and about 3 or 4 coming up. Like I said, field goal seems like the smart play here, but we'll see what they decide. And we will take a break and come right back. Stay with us.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
3:11 remaining in the game. The Tigers down 41-26. Eagles are going to keep the offense on the field. That's going to be tough for the Tigers to try to score twice, with 3 minutes left in the game. But like I said, I'm a little surprised the Eagles aren't just going to go ahead and take the points. But they will snap it. Medrano looking to throw, goes towards the end zone, and they'll score the touchdown anyway. Complete as he finds Justice French for the touchdown. And good reason why I'm not a coach, right? I'm not going to get that one. 47-26 Hobbs with 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. And I don't think this one was in any doubt at this point of the game, but Tigers will keep fighting, and, stranger things have happened. You never know. That's why I was like, hey, you go up by 3 scores here. That's the safe bet, but they're still up by 3 scores after the bad snap. We've seen a few of those tonight. And now a throw towards the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. And so that will keep it at 47-26. Tigers trailing in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes remaining. And you're listening to Tiger Football here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR for 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back. Hobbs is going to boot it deep into the end zone for a touchback. 3:08 to go here in the 4th quarter with the Tigers trailing 47-26. And the Tigers will get the ball here, but unfortunately, unless it's a super quick strike here, and I mean like a score on the first or second play of the drive, and that has not been the Tigers' MO tonight. That's then go an onside kick and then a quick score and an onside kick. I mean, so credit to Hobbs. Again, their offense, hard to stop for the Tigers tonight. Alamo going 2 wide receivers and back into the I formation. We'll see some play action here. Toss play to the right. And now it's going to be a toss and then a throw. And Saraceris goes down the field, and it's going to be deflected away by Hobbs, incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. So Tigers going trick play, and Hobbs was ready for that. I'm sure that they were. Big goal was, hey, don't bite on anything in the backfield. Just keep everybody in front of you there. And certainly that's what happens on that play. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10 at their own 20 for the Tigers. In the closing minutes here of this 4th quarter with Alamogordo down by 21. Trips to the bottom, 1 to the top. Tigers going to a shotgun now. I haven't seen the shotgun much here in the second half. I don't think we've seen it at all, as a matter of fact. Here's a handoff out of the shotgun. A little surprised at that, but it'll be a gain of 2. I guess, that may be a read option there. I'm not sure, but that's one of those where you're sitting there, maybe a little surprised not throwing the football at this point in the game. But, again, I think we're all distinctly aware of what the scoreboard and the time says as we're closing in on 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Trips to the bottom and 1 to the top. Running back to the right, and this time straight back to pass for Best. He rolls to his right, actually, and is going to go towards the far sideline. And trying to see if they called that complete or if the player was out of bounds. I think he does make the catch. Yes, completed over at the far sideline for the Tigers at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Alamogordo as they pick it up on the 3rd and 8, and it stops the clock. Trips to the bottom, 1 to the top. Saraceris is the running back in the backfield along with Best. The snap, and this time a short roll to his left, and now getting away from one defender. Best directing traffic, throws it deep down the field, and that one's going to be deflected away. Looking for his receiver down at about the 40-yard line. And do we have a penalty flag on the field? Looks like the back judge is running all the way into the white hat here, so let's see what the call is there. Maybe a hold. I don't think it's going to be pass interference, but let's wait and see. Yeah, I think it's a hold. So it should give the Tigers a 1st down. I think it'll give them 10, take them to the 45-yard line as the official will mark it off. And so the Tigers will, they give them 15. So must have been pass interference. I don't know. Anyway. Tigers down 47-26 here late in the 4th quarter, and trying to keep some hope alive here, get down the field, and I'd say build on something positive heading into next week. Road game against Centennial on Thursday. Here's a complete to Arona on the wide receiver screen. He gets across the 45 and is then gang tackled and pushed back. So the Tigers will face a 2nd down and 4. Tigers in the hurry up. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. Here's the snap. And Best is, initially he was going to, unfortunately he was going to run and then he was going to pass, and his legs kind of got caught in the middle of it all, and he stumbles and ends up taking it to the 44-yard line. And so now the Tiger receivers will have to get back here. Here's the snap, and Best was looking to throw. Now he's in trouble, rolling out to his right. Still looking to do something with it. Now he reverses field and gets away from defender and still is alive. Best keeping the play going. And he'll complete it to the near sideline, and that was just a lot of good athleticism from Best. He finds DeRezzo at about the 35-yard line. It does stop the clock, but looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield the second time when he reverse field for the second time. Ran right into a Hobbs player, but broke loose to him and ended up throwing for the 1st down. Again, Hobbs up by 21 here in the closing minutes of the 4th quarter. Tigers just see maybe if they can grab some points here before the end of the game. 2 wide receivers to the bottom and 2 to the top, with the running back to the right. And back to pass as Best stands in the pocket. Now is flushed out. He is able to get away from the first defender. Going to throw it deep down towards the end zone. It's a jump ball. It is intercepted by the Eagles. And that'll be victory formation for Hobbs as Nate just tried to toss it up for his receiver, give him a chance, and maybe pull one down, but it was like 2 or 3 versus 1 there. And so Hobbs should be able to wrap this one up, and they'll grab a district victory. Improve to 4-2. Tigers will go to 4-2 and 1-1 in district. And a much shorter road trip next week for Alamogordo as they head over to Las Cruces to take on the Centennial Hawks. And Hobbs, their victory formation is a shotgun victory formation, as Medrano will take a knee. And certainly a tough test on a short week next Thursday against Centennial. Tigers are going to have a couple of Thursday games, as they'll be at home on Thursday on the 16th against Las Cruces. But they'll also have one more Friday night game this year on the 10th against Carlsbad. So Hobbs getting ready to snap it again, watching the play clock roll right down. We'll have plenty for you on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. As bad snap there, but that's why you've got the man deep. Snapped to his right, but the safety man behind him, and that is going to do it. So the Hobbs Eagles defeat the Alamogordo Tigers by a final score of 47-26 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. We'll come back and wrap this one up. The Tigers 4-2 now, 1-1 in district. Stay with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all on subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard tonight, 47-26. Hobbs gets the win over Alamogordo. The Tigers, like I said, that stretch in the second quarter was really the difference in the ball game. Tigers played them about even in the second half. In fact, I think it was we were at 27-7 and 20-19. So, I mean, basically with some extra points missed in there, but yeah, that was pretty much it. Because it went from 7-7 with 8:22 to go in the second quarter, and then Hobbs scored. They got the ball back after the score was 14-7, 4:55 to go. Then a minute 30 later, it was 21-7, and then 3 minutes later, 16 seconds to go, it was 27-7, and that was really what hurt the Tigers was that stretch. So it's hard to sit here and necessarily say, hey, if that doesn't happen, this is a different ball game because, did Hobbs play the second half a little bit differently because they had such a cushion? Would they have, done things a little bit differently offensively? That's so hard to say. So, yeah, that's one you're trying to nitpick there. But Nate Best had a couple of touchdown runs. Bryson Bloom had a couple of touchdown runs tonight for the Tigers. Both of them got over 100 yards rushing this evening. So, quality for them. Defensively, the Tigers I think especially the run game for Hobbs was difficult for them to stop. They did, Hobbs did have a couple of throwing touchdowns, but in moving the ball as a whole, they were, just the handoffs to the running backs. I thought maybe they had more success with that than anything else. So, disappointing for the Tigers. I think they should be encouraged by how they bounce back in the second half. That's a positive. But, again, they were obviously hoping for more coming out of this game tonight. So, Hobbs, again, 4-2, 1-1 in district. Tigers 4-2, 1-1 in district. And Alamo will head over to Las Cruces on Thursday night at the Field of Dreams to take on the Hawks. Tigers have 2 Thursday games in the next 3 weeks. One of them's here in Alamogordo, but next week it'll be over in Las Cruces. So, try to bounce back there. And like I said, funnily enough, the Tigers have maybe played Centennial and Cruces a little bit better than they've played Hobbs. This was, I thought, one of the better performances for the Tigers against the Eagles. Talk about over the last 4 years. It's been a tough matchup for Alamogordo, but I thought especially the second half, and you just take that 6-minute stretch in the second quarter. I mean, if you get rid of that, I don't know if Alamogordo wins, but I think we got a much more competitive game for sure. So, I don't have a final for you guys on Mescalero Apache. If Max Preps is right, it's showing 68-16 Gateway Christian. I'll wait till I get official word from Coach Smith to know for sure on that one. Again, for volleyball today, Cloudcroft got a win in 4 sets, and so they'll play again tomorrow at the Capitan tournament. Mescalero Apache lost in 4 sets to Capitan. Actually, I take that back. I think Cloudcroft won in straight sets. But anyway, so both those teams are playing 2 more matches tomorrow. Best of luck to them. We're going to take one more break. We'll see if we got any scores for you from around the state of New Mexico as the Tigers fall on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, 47-26. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Stay with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Take advantage of OSU's Visa Platinum credit card for those extra school expenses. It offers a low intro rate of 2.99% APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. OSU now offers buy now, pay later installment payments, and tap to pay convenience. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles. Based on credit worthiness, all loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Final score on the Richardson Motor Scoreboard. Hobbs 47, Alamogordo 26. Tigers now 4-2, 1-1 in district, and they go to Centennial coming up on Thursday of next week. And we'll have that one for you here on Alamo Sports and Talk. We certainly hope that you'll tune in then. Some finals we got. Cruces beat Oregon Mountain tonight, 55-0. Grants over Aztec, 50-0. Portales, 51-14, beat Valencia. Bernalillo over Espanola Valley, 41-12. Looks like Texaco's going to beat West Las Vegas. They were up 34-14. What else we got? Any other of notes? Chaparral beat Manzano 27-16. And Carlsbad looks like they're going to beat Clovis. They're up 41-16. Artesia is on the way to a win over Lovington, 49-15. Like I said, I don't know if this is official. It's on Max Prep, so I'm always a little hesitant, and because it's a local team. But Gateway Christian, at least the last score was up on Max Preps was 68-16 Gateway in front. So that would be a final score. I think that's, 52? El Dorado looks like they're going to beat Santa Fe 53-38. A wild game there. Mayfields looks like they're going to keep Deming winless, unfortunately. 48-28, unfortunately for Deming. St. Pius looks like they're going to beat Silver. They're up 27-14 in that game. Goddard just edged out Gadsden. It looks like 28-27. That was over at the Wool Bowl tonight. So that's a pretty fun game. I wonder if Gadsden tried to go for two in the win in that one, with it being 28-27. Who knows? Wasn't there? I could probably jump on YouTube and find that one out, because I know that KSVP was probably doing that game tonight. So. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, Hobbs gets the win, 47-26. Our next Tiger broadcast is next Thursday as Alamogordo takes on Centennial. And that one is Thursday night next week. So just a heads up on that. Make your plans. Put it in your phone. It's a Thursday night game next week on the 2nd of October. So that'll be over in Las Cruces. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors, Otero Federal Credit Union, Ryan Richardson Motor Company, First National Bank, Ochoa Stucco, the Winner's Circle. We appreciate all of them so much. And we appreciate you for tuning in. 47-26, Hobbs is the winner tonight over the Alamogordo Tigers. And so long. Thanks for tuning in to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
There are no roadblocks scheduled for the remainder of today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast, increasingly cloudy, 40% chance of rain. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 61, Cloudcroft a low of 44. On Saturday, partly sunny.